What up, gamers? Fans here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So the new update is out, which is the Escape from Cyborg event, and now in the recruitment, we do have Vector, which I don't plan to pull. I'd rather save it up for the next characters that I do want to get to like fill out my Lord teams and stuff. So yeah, right now I'm trying to build a team based on height 404 since I do got Kukai over here, and also Mechty as well, which I got in the previous video. Yeah, I got her pretty much all built out except for her attachments. I'm still working on that. But yeah, I do plan to use her in this event over here coming very soon. But before we get started on that, I do want to do a couple of things first. So number one, I think in this event, right, in this update, we get a free outfit from, is it this? We get a free outfit for Colfin. No, I guess that's not it. Which one is it? Unspoken Feelings? Oh, here we go. So, we just gotta complete some missions. Oh snap, I already got those. Just one more login, and then I guess spend some gold, which I have not been doing. Okay, yeah, I should have been doing this before. Like, I have been, a few days into this update here, and I have not been collecting these, which I do need to get. So which one is the reward? 800? Okay, I thought maybe I would get it right away. I didn't realize this would take, yeah, all these to do. So yeah, I guess I'll be doing that on my own time then. Alright, so yeah, we can't get that. And I guess, yeah, this is something that we buy too in the shop, right? I assume. I kind of forgot. I did watch that Balin Island episode thing, but I kind of forgot like exactly what is free and what is not. But yeah, I'll collect those rewards on my own time for Colfin. But yeah, now with all that, oh yeah, there's actually one more thing too. Yeah, I have made a platoon, which is the clan system in this game. Yeah, so I'm not really gonna be that active when it comes to the clan stuff. I mean, if you've seen a notice over here, I just mainly made this platoon for Papasha's weapon, which I do want to get. Have I not done this yet? Oh yeah, I've already done my daily patrol, okay. So yeah, I'm just pretty much doing this for the weapon, and I think you need to level up your clan, your platoon here, just so that you can get the Svarog over here. Yeah, platoon level 1, phase 1. Which right now, I mean, I'm not even sure where we at right now. I mean, I'm not sure if that's level 1 or what does it mean by phase 1? I don't really understand. Anyways, I assume we just need to level up somehow. I'll maybe look more into that later on. But if you want to join it, it is there. But yeah, I won't be that active. I guess, at the very least, I'll be doing my essential task at the most. And, doing the resupply so I can get the rewards and all that. But yeah, someone else did join, like one other person. I don't think, yeah, this was before I made this video. So I don't think they know who I am. But that's okay. Anyways, yep, if you want to join, it is over there. Free to everyone and stuff. But yeah, I mainly made it for the, I just made it for so I can get the weapon. Anyways, yeah, let's go do the story. I have been playing this event a bit for the supplies, but not the story at all, because that's what I want to save for this Let's Play. Alright, so yeah, here it is, pretty much a straight line all the way up to 9. See, we're back with the smaller events, the more, straightforward stuff. Alright, here we go. Let's go and begin the story here. So yeah, I believe Mechty will be involved. Can't wait to see what that's going to be like. Alright. Everything has been overturned. The cycle is set to repeat. Offer a piece of your soul, and you shall be a player on the chaotic, absurd stage. You know what was interesting is that... Ooh, what is this? Oh wait, are we in a battle already? Okay. I've never seen that loading screen before. I'm not sure if that was like new to the update and stuff. Wait, what the heck is this? Wait, is there a story? Okay, just going straight into the battle here. Yeah, this is pretty much the team that I want to use, so I got, pretty much the people that we got at the beginning of the game, at least for the global launch. Got Suomi and Ulrid, my first 2 limited characters, and then we got Kukai and Mechty here, which I do want to use. So yeah, I think that's fine. We'll go and start. Oh, you're right. Isn't there a thing too where you can adjust the battle camera? or like the chase camera to make it look more cinematic somehow. Um, battle performance, chase camera and auto battle on. Wasn't there like something more where you can really go into it, or was that really it? I have no idea. I kind of forgot. Anyways, I guess we'll just start. Oh, yeah, we also got this new feature here too, where we can go like with the turn orders here, which, I'm pretty much fine with this. I mean, I feel like for this team, maybe it doesn't matter too much. I feel like if I had an ice team, I would definitely use Suomi first because she can grant the weakness of that ice. But yeah, when it comes to Klukai and Mechty, I'm still pretty much new to them. I just got them during the last event, but I haven't really played manually a lot with them. Only with Klukai though, I have been playing with her. She has some awesome AoE abilities. And with Mechty here, I have not played manually at all. So yeah, I don't know much about her abilities and stuff. She does seem to be more on the support side. I mean, that is her role. I think that they gave her the title of. Yeah, but yeah, with the previous event, when Mechty was on the banner, I thought that would be like where she would take more spotlight in the story. But no, it looks like it was still more focused on Klukai being the main character. Like, it's not like the first event with Ulrid and Suomi, where I feel like with their own parts, like they felt like the main characters of their own, like, part of the story, like for part 1 and part 2. So I guess maybe in this story, maybe this is where Mechty will be more of a main character, maybe. But then we also got Vector as well, who I assume will also be a big part of the story. Here we go. Then story time. Here we go. After 404's Combat Team A's arrival at the Elmo, a word about loosening of the agreements naturally reaches members of Combat Team B. With Klukai's permission, 404 Combat Team B, being led by Vector, also successfully rendezvous with the Elmo. Oh. So yeah, this is pretty much after, like it's still after, it's going in chronological order. Yeah, I haven't played the Dush of Naya event story, so I don't know when that takes place. And just like that, Tide 404, while still operating as an independent entity, will utilize the Elmo as a long-term base. Having just completed some combat simulation training, the members of Combat Team B return to the terminal. The progress bar on the monitor is at 100%, and the dense rows of data and statistical charts start scrolling down. Vector stares at the final combat evaluation scores with a slight frown. Well, Rod. Oh no, this one doesn't have a voice. Is this another, like, voiceless event? I guess that's fine, since I'm still reading it anyways. You don't look very happy despite the decent score. Cadenness is the key to effective communication among teammates, so tell me, why are you dissatisfied with the score? It's not about the score. Well, Rod, you didn't follow the operation plan we agreed upon beforehand. A good plan should be flexible enough to withstand change. As the mastermind behind the plan, I am well aware of this, but since you find it necessary, I don't mind doing a full debrief and review. The original plan was to immobilize the enemies with a stun grenade after breaking through the door. Ruchi and I would then lay down suppressive fire from the front, while you and Harpsy would circle around and rescue the hostages. Yes, that's about right. You are correct, and you did your part. But your unexpected action affected the whole situation. Wilrod raised an eyebrow in acknowledgement. Indeed, I decided to deviate from the plan to eliminate a certain unit. I don't know why there was a chandelier in the lab, but I bet the interior designer who put it there will be glad to know that their fancy light fixture was the key to our victory. If there were designers on level 2, that is. Has it occurred to you that actively altering the environments could put us at a disadvantage? I think you should make it clear what exactly you're getting at to avoid any misunderstanding. In other words, scattering glass everywhere wasn't exactly conducive to our subsequent actions or withdrawal. Shards of broken glass do not damage doll frames. Yes, but they do harm the hostages. Pardon? Wilrod is confused for a moment. We have no medical dolls on our team. If a hostage gets injured or infected under such circumstances, we wouldn't have been able to fully complete our mission. You seem to have overlooked a very important detail. Our hostages were simulated. Well, no, I mean, even though it's a simulation, you really gotta still treat it like it's real life. You're right, but when we're in the real world, our standpoints would be completely reverse. If we don't consider the hostages, we would be the ones who end up in a recycling plant, though I suppose the pain wouldn't last long. No matter how many points we score on level 2, we would just be T-dolls whose lives are ruined by video games. To be fair, that would be quite fitting for me. Also, you should really have notified us before making such a drastic move. If you look at the replay, Ruchi clearly wasn't aware of your intentions, so she couldn't coordinate with you despite being right next to you. Even if we suck, we should all suck together. The battlefield is ever changing. Opportunities wait for no one. Surely you know that as well. You can't deny the fact that by dropping the chandelier on the enemies, I greatly reduced the threat they pose as well as the time it took to mount the rescue, thus increasing the hostages' chances of survival. Even in the real world, loitering at the scene would be more dangerous for the hostages than getting cut by shards of glass. When the chandelier has been rigged with a bomb or grenade, things would have turned out very differently. So what do you want me to do? Apologize for something that didn't happen, but could have happened in your pathetic, delusional paranoia? Focus on the results, Vector, like a normal doll would. Sensing tension in the air, Harpsy wrings her hand nervously. Ruchi looks back and forth between her teammates and is just about to say something. Knock knock. A knock on a glass interrupts the confrontation. The dolls all look toward the sound. Commander? So wait, is this one part of the Elmo here? Because I thought that was like the same building where, you know, at the beginning of the previous event, where like the air was at, it just kind of looked like that. Is this also part of the Elmo too? I've just never seen like, you know, this artwork before. The door slides open with a soft swoosh. I retract my gaze from the screen in the training room and direct my attention to Vector, who has jogged up to me. What is it, Commander? Are you here to supervise our training? No, I came to talk to you. Still, isn't this score a bit too low for you guys? Following my gaze, Vector glances at the data shown on the screen through the glass. Yeah, I didn't handle the problem very well. We have very different habits and ways of thinking. The adjustment process is proving a little challenging. I don't know if you noticed, but rather than adjusting to each other, that sounded more like a full-blown argument to me. You heard it all then? Just a part of it, but things were getting pretty heated. The way I see it, you do work well as a team, but maybe things may go more smoothly if you can communicate in some other way. Kukai said as much. She told me to find an effective way of communicating with my teammates. But arguing is also a way of communicating, no? It may be a bit harsh, but through an argument, we can all effectively state our own needs and deepen our understanding of each other. Besides, Wilrod's cutting remarks also serve as a regular reminder that this position of leadership just fell out of the sky for me and that I have yet to prove myself worthy of it. Wilrod, the change in the way she speaks was a bit dramatic, but I'm sure she didn't mean it that way. I do wonder what she has gone through. Her tongue is much sharper than it used to be. It still beats my constant self-pity. At least, she worked it on becoming more persuasive. You see, on top of reaching an understanding, you also need to reach a consensus. You must also get Wilrod to trust your concern and judgment if you value cooperation. But right now, both you and Wilrod are still standing your ground and trying to focus on each other to accept your respective views. I hesitate as I gaze at Vector, who is now deep in thought. Vector was appointed as the leader of 404 Combat Team B by Kukai. It's clear to me that the biggest challenge that stands in her way of being a good team leader has nothing to do with her combat performance or battle awareness. The problem is with her personality and style. She fully acknowledges the problem, but that's all she does. She acknowledges it, and she seems perfectly content to resign herself to it. I suppose deep down, even Vector herself doesn't believe that she is up to the task. Klukai may give her some pointers, but she isn't really the type to give any encouragement. Sorry, that might have seemed a bit harsh. Since you're the team leader, I'm sure you have your own way of managing your team. Right, back to the subject. Have you seen the message that Klukai sent to you? Vector pulls out her communicator immediately. There's an unread message. Mechty's training plan? What? Okay, is that how she factors into the story here? I will be out on a mission with Klukai. Andres and Belka are also coming with us. Michi's frame is still under calibration, so we'll leave her behind on the Emil for now. Okay, this seems to be more of a... I don't know why, so far it seems to be more of a tamer story, if I had to, guess ahead of time. Because, I mean, even with Mechty, it seems like she's also, into video games and stuff. And they describe that level 2 as video games. So, I feel like she'd be the perfect coach for Combat Team B, maybe. I don't know. However, Klukai has put together a training program for Mechty because she's worried that Mechty is going to sleep the whole time we're away and completely neglect her essential data calibration. She said you never replied to the message she had sent to you, but she's busy preparing for the mission, so I came to follow up on that for her. You want me to supervise Michi's training? Okay, so it's the other way around. I thought maybe she'll be the one to supervise. Because yeah, I don't know if it's a thing where is the reason why they're Combat Team A is because they're better than B? I thought maybe it'll be in that way. But I guess not. That's right. I believe Klukai would like Combat Team B to bring her along for your training as well. Don't go easy on her, not even in a 4v1 or a relay fight. 4v1 would be a bit too... I've included all the things to note and precautions to take here. In any case, just make sure her head isn't always attached to her pillow. Fine. I hope Mechty won't find the fight against me too underwhelming. Vector's pessimism is a bit of a headache, but since I'm set to depart, I'll leave it till after I come back. Basically, Klukai wants you to take over as Michi's leader while she's away, so don't hold back and be strict as you want with her, Vector. I'll do my best, but only if we can wake Mechty and get her to attend her training. After returning to the training room, Vector informs her teammates of the arrangement made by the commander and Klukai. Oh, looks like our great team leader has switched careers and become a nanny? Vector ignores Wellrod, who is still hung up on the arguments they were having. Let's call it a day. Submit your reports before 6. I'll read through them after I finish supervising Mechty's combat simulation for today. There we go, we see someone new here. We kind of heard about, what was it, Harp C and someone else? That's a really cool, design though. Harp C speaks up a bit timidly from her corner. What is it? Actually, may I supervise Michi's training? Ruchi. That's also a really cool design too. I like the other two characters actually, with Harpsy and Ruchi. Eh? You're actually volunteering for a mission, Harpsy? No, I was going to supervise Michi's training to begin with, as a favor for Deer. Why? Because the EW tactical module she is using to debug her data was specifically developed by Deer at Klukai's request. I also participate in the development of the module. Whoa, wait, I didn't even realize her eyes were swirling. What the heck? What the heck was that? Interesting. Since Deer has disembarked and returned to the safe zone, he asked me to monitor the operation of the module. An advanced tactical module? Sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, I think everyone in this team looks very stylish. They look I guess whenever I see Combat Team A, I guess they seem more cool. But these guys look more fashionable to me. I like the different looks to the teams here. Not really. It's all rather boring. I like the swirls in the eyes. So, since I'm supposed to be doing it, please let me. I understand. But I think with her, though, she does look very cool. I think she's like, giving off the same vibe as like Klukai as well. I think everyone else has like their own, is like a different style, I would say. However, since Klukai has assigned me to the mission to me, I must be present. Harpsy, you're staying with me. Harpsy's face freezes a little comically as she struggles to respond. Okay. I'm staying too. Huh? Why are you also staying, Welrod? I would love to see for myself what kind of advanced training Team 8 undergoes. Problem? No, if Welrod is also here, then it's all over. I don't think I've ever seen them, like, shrink the text as well. In that case, Vivi, count me in as well. I'm sure you have better things to do. I want to spend more time with you, Vivi. Please. Staring into Ruchi's expectant eyes, Vector lets out a sigh. Suit yourself. Just make sure you submit your reports by 6. She was about to disappear on us. Okay. An interesting start. We got an achievement there, apparently. Continue. Yeah, there's like a lot of new stuff in this new update. Like a lot of different, small new features and quality of life. I have tinkered with some of it a bit, like with the team building. Because yeah, just immediately that's how I play this game, is by making these lore friendly teams, and it's been a lot of fun, like working on that. Mechty feels a light shove on her arm. Her auditory module, which has been inactive while in sleep mode, activates instantly. Wake up. That doesn't sound like Klukai. Oh, that's Mechty. That doesn't sound like Klukai. The shove also felt a lot less violent than usual. In that case, I'll just... If you don't get up this instant, I'll confiscate all the manga on the floor. You hear? No. That's out of the print's collectible edition of Dalek's Family. Signed by the manga artist. It's super expensive. Doll Family. I'm just wondering if that's a reference to something. Like Spy Family. I've actually watched the anime too. It's a good anime. Mechty performs a spectacular kip up from the beanbag sofa. She relaxes visibly once she sees who it is. Oh, it's you, Vector. Here I invite you to appraise this beanbag sofa together with me. I spent a fortune on it. It's much comfier than the couch in the lounge. You see, the moment you lie down, as much as I want to join you, this isn't the time. Mechty is utterly deaf to what Vector is saying, as if she's just flipped a switch. I really didn't want to come to this, but according to the guide that Klukai has left behind, this would be the most effective thing to do. With a helpless sigh, Vector grasps Mechty by the arms, lifts her up, and shakes her back and forth with great force. Hold on, something will come loose at this rate. Alright, I'm getting up. What the heck? You're starting to act more like Klukai. What happened? Are we supposed to be best friends with the Beanbag Club? You have 7 hours to complete today's combat simulation training. If you don't complete it in time, Klukai will be notified that your training is behind schedule. It's fine, Klukai isn't even here. I'm sure even the training conference will be postponed. Hang on, how do you know about my training program? Klukai asked the commander to task me with supervising your training before she left. Yeah, at first, like I said, I thought it was Mechty to be the one to train them. But I guess not. It's the other way around. Even though I don't really think someone like me is in any position to supervise others. Oh, come on. She actually recruited a snitch? She even kicked up a huge big fuss and got the commander involved? Wait, don't tell me she's also giving you the switch that determines my fate. What switch? Oh, nothing. Come now, Vector. Don't take everything so seriously. Remember the first tenets of our Beanbag Club? Never do anything now that can be put off until the last minute. 7 hours is a really long time, you see. I don't remember joining any club. Get up. Kukai didn't mention it in her message, but I'm guessing I will be held responsible if you don't complete your training in time. Saying that she can't weasel her way out of this, Mechty slides off her beanbag sofa reluctantly. Trying to guilt trip me now. Dang it. Kukai is becoming more and more like Leva. Oh, Mechty! Morning! Is it almost afternoon? You guys on Team A sure are laid back. It's just Mechty that's laid back. Mechty looks around the training room wordlessly and turns toward Vector. So how does does Kukai trust me to have arranged such an over-the-top surveillance team for me? Maybe the two of us are the ones she doesn't trust. Whatever, Harpsy, make the preparations. Okay. Harpsy links Mechty to the control terminal. She hesitates for a moment after entering level 2, but then proceeds to activate the module. Turn on the monitoring device and project her level 2 onto the screen. Do we need to do that thorough? I believe by supervising, Kukai meant we watching her every single move like a hawk. What's the matter with you today, Harpsy? Why do you seem so tense? Huh? Do I... Look, Phoebe, the image on the screen looks a bit strange. Prompted by Ruchi's exclamation, Vector looks toward the screen. It is not showing the scene of a combat simulation. In the center of the black screen, an hourglass icon keeps rotating, and lines of text start emerging. Constructing world framework. Formulating achievable objectives. Sowing tiny seeds of malice. Okay, what is this? A happy ending. This feels like a... It was not supposed to happen. What is this? Just then, a new image appears on the screen. The city from a bird's eye view is deserted. It appears desolate, dilapidated. The image lurches, then starts diving downward. A black spot on the ground grows ever larger. As the camera dives, new text appears on the screen again. The once prosperous and beautiful city fell into decline under the ravages of invaders. As a guardian, it is your unavoidable duty to eliminate them. Young one, go and create a legend. The subtitles disappear. As the camera approaches to the ground, it gradually becomes clear that the black spot is in fact a doll armed with a gun. She is facing a horde of enemies that are ready to attack. Oh, that's Mechty. Okay. So I guess right now she's the only one in the simulation? It's not a bad idea to gamify training. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It sounded like a video game. I'm guessing they really thought about a way to, have this be more fun for Mechty, since I know she likes, anime, gaming, and manga and all that stuff. Well done, Harpsy. I guess maybe it's Harpsy's. Well, no, I think she was surprised too, right? Mechty, what's going on? Uh-oh, it's starting. Let's talk after this game. Yeah, I think this is this might not be intentional, but if it is intentional, which I don't think it is, I feel like this would be a good way just to get Mechty, like, not feel sleepy, have her be more enticed to do the challenge. But it could also be some unknown work as well, like someone else that we don't know of did this. I kind of want to see more about that, whatever energy drink that she drinks. Like, I want to see more cutscenes of that, because I don't know if there's like a lore behind that. Oh, is that the chase camera? Just... Oh wow, so it's always active now. Was it like that before? I don't think so, because I know they made changes, right? Yeah, normally they would like zoom out, right? When they do like the ultimates and all that. Wait, that's only for the dolls though. I think that's really cool. It makes it look way more cinematic. Alright. What you gonna do now? I feel like this would be amazing for like background footage, if I want to do that at some point in the future. Yeah, dude, like, when I use Klukai, yeah, she's been a lot of fun with the AoE stuff. And then when they go down, they just explode. It's really awesome. I think I've been having a lot of fun with her. After making quick work of the enemies, Mechty holds up a big V sign. At the same time, the words level up pop up over her head. Harpsy, get her on the comms. Right. On the screen, Mechty jumps as she is startled by something. She then turns around and leans in closer. Wow, so the monitoring device looks like a flying camera on level 2. It's even equipped with comms. Disguised as a familiar that follows a girl around. It is tasteful yet classic trope. Looks like you've been reading the manga I gave you, Harpsy. So I'm guessing I'll have to enter a contract soon enough, eh? Harpsy? Or Harpsy? What? I... What's this all about? Under Vector's impassive gaze, Harpsy finally stops wringing her hands and starts fiddling with the edge of her coat instead. It's a plugin that introduces video game mechanics into combat simulations. The plot is generated by an advanced AI. I mean, dude, that's really cool. I like that. I mean, if this is one way to help Mechty to get into the combat simulation, I think it's a win. I mean, I don't feel like... I mean, in a way, maybe it might make her take it less seriously in a sense. Like, if there are the hostages, then maybe she won't, like, do, like, what Vector would do. But yeah. It makes training more fun and interesting. I don't think we will find anything fun and interesting once Kukai finds out about this. I know you've been spending a lot of time on forums for game devs lately, but this mod wasn't your idea, was it? Oh, it's my idea. I asked Harpsy to whip this up. Did you find the training these days really dull? I just can't get fired up. But is it really a good idea to turn combat simulations into games? Huh, I've actually done my research, you know. The concept of gamification has been introduced to many jobs and business activities these days. Experimental results show that it significantly improves employees' enthusiasm and productivity. For the sake of 404's training efficiency, I don't mind volunteering as the lab rat to test this out. Where's your proposal? Huh? Your investigation report and analysis? It's one thing that you didn't tell me, but you actually put it into practice before clearing it with Kukai? Well, if I'd told that the tyrant right from the start, my ingenious plan would have been nipped in the bud. But training should be a game. Vivi and I have played a video game about warfare before, but it cannot really be applied to training. Since it's for training, I'm sure Harpsy has considered the issue of oh no, here we go. Applicability. Yeah, applicability. There we go. That wasn't hard. To lump her with a certain dork on Team A, who only ever thinks about slacking and playing is doing her a disservice. Hey, I can still hear you. I'm not questioning Harpsy's ability or Mechty's. The issue here is that you shouldn't have kept us in the dark about this. Anything can happen in such an unstable operating environment. You are indeed very perceptive of potential dangers in certain situations, but don't forget, this is just a game plugin. Dolls don't take any damage in virtual space. Why don't you give your worst case scenario algorithm a break? Harpsy gradually starts to regain her composure. She peers at Vector woefully. Wilrod's face appears calm, but her eyes still flicker with emotion. You see, on top of reaching an understanding, you also need to reach a consensus. You must also get Wilrod to trust your concern and judgment if you value cooperation. But right now, both you and Wilrod are still standing your ground and trying to force each other to accept your respective views. To reach a consensus, maybe I should yield a little? Come now, let's not argue. I'll tell Kukai about this later. She'll probably tell me off, but no biggie. If I don't start training, I'll get a demerit for falling behind schedule. In the end, Victor lets out a soft sigh. Fine, carry on with your training. I doubt we'll be able to contact Kukai or the commander anytime soon. Alright. But I'm also taking part. Here we go, that's how she's gonna be I guess a part of the story here with the combat. Vivi? Huh. Well, I don't mind. I just realized Vivi is Vector. I'm assuming that it's like a nickname. That's a cool nickname for a Vector. You gave me such an earful, but you just want to play as well, eh? No, I'm just worried you run into problems you can't solve. Also, if I don't experience it from myself, I won't be able to report to Klukai on its implementation. Oh, how very serious and responsible of you. Harpsy, lock me in too. Okay, I'll change it to two-player mode. Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Now we're just pretty much playing a video game. That's so cool. But yeah, I can definitely understand like both views. I think it's really cool that it's been gamified. But at the same time, these are supposed to be taken seriously with like real events. The overgrown weeds and cracked soil beneath Vector's feet stretch all the way to the high wall surrounding the city in the distance. Because yeah, like, when it comes to simulation in real life, because I kind of heard about this too. I think, when the whole, pandemic happened, I think when it came to, from what I've heard, like when it comes to racing, like I think when they try to transition from like real racing to like virtual racing, I think the virtual racing, the drivers there would be a lot more reckless than they would be in real life. Like they would take it a bit more, take it a bit less seriously. But that's what I heard, like a while ago. Using the watch-like operating device fixed on her wrist, Victor opens the map. On the map, the red cursors representing her and Mechty are drawing closer together. Vector, over here. The wind carries Michi's holler. Vector studies her surroundings. Her attention is immediately drawn to a red telephone booth not far from her. She then catches sight of Mechty, who's bouncing up and down right next to the phone booth, waving her arms around. Her hair is frizzy and messy, like a bunch of weeds. Ahem, Vector the Brave, are you ready to set upon this adventure with me? I think I am. No, you're not. But that's alright. Mechty the Great Prophet will guide your way. Come, head inside. Mechty points at the red phone booth. What's this? You'll find out when you get in. Vector is ushered into the phone booth, which looks decidedly out of place with the surroundings. Then, at Michi's insistence, she picks up the receiver and puts it against her ear. After a soft click, a mechanical female voice comes from the other end of the line. Saving game. Do not disconnect. Wow. Saved. You are fully restored. Vector hangs up and exits the phone booth. She realizes her HP bar is full again. Dang, that's so cool, man. Just seeing like game mechanics into this. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be, I would say, not really a serious story, but it's still like a fun, like, filler story. I do like this. I like it whenever, I guess, for me, I like seeing, the story taking place in video games, like with Sword Art Online and stuff. Just seeing how the world is a video game. But yeah, it's cool to see this. So it's a save point. Save points are super important. You can only level up and restore to full health at save points. Whoa, how come you jump 3 levels in an instant? Your level is now even higher than me, the Great Prophet. I killed several Elids on the way. So you get more XP from farming Elid mobs. That shouldn't be the case. Are you really Mechty? Of course I am. Why do you ask? Your energetic demeanor and genuine efforts in problem solving are incongruent with my neural records. I told you as much. Gaming can boost enthusiasm. If you were this enthusiastic in real life, Klukai wouldn't have... Oh shoot. The sound of a bullet slicing through the air. Sniper, 11 o'clock. The two dolls dive into the other side of the road. The next second, a bullet hole appears on the spot where they were just standing. Victor promptly draws her submachine gun and aims it at the source of the shot, but she freezes at the sight of their attacker. The doll standing on the slope not far away sports corkscrew twin tails that are most familiar to Vector. Is that a Ruchi? Or number 90? Relax, that was just a greeting. But her attitude is utterly unfamiliar. Huh? Ruchi? Why is she also in the game? That's not Ruchi. What? Who are you? Runia Crystallis lies just ahead. It's not a place meant for morons like you. I've seen too many who risked everything to try to make a fortune, but ended up paying with their lives. Ruchi, who bears the name tag number 90 above her head, continues her monologue as if she hasn't heard Vector's question at all. You're right. Ruchi doesn't talk like Lukai. What? You don't know about Ruina Crystallis? The technology of converting collapsed crystals into crystal energy has won this city worldwide renown. Just how ignorant are you? Collapsed crystal energy. Crystal energy has made Ruina Crystallis the most prosperous and affluent city in the world, and it is the best place for us crystal hunters to find jobs. Unfortunately, the largest arterial crystal pipe in there exploded, and the radiation release led to the creation of countless invaders. It was all because of the wanton destruction they caused that Ruina Crystallis is in this sorry state. Ruchi's tone and gestures become increasingly impassioned. It's almost as if a spotlight is shining on her as she soliloquizes. I don't know. But even as a set of ruins, the remaining collapsed crystals in Ruina Crystallis still attract countless fools who dream of getting rich overnight. If you are just headless flies driven by greed, I advise you turn around and scram as fast as you can. What the heck is she on about? Huh? You're not headless flies, you say? Then who on earth are you? After that, Ruchi freezes like someone has pushed a pause button on her. She just stares at them unmovingly. Two lines of text appear in front of her out of the thin air. Is it the dialogue choices? A. We are not headless flies. B. We are guardians who have come to save the city. Huh. She seems to be automatically filtering what we say. These two lines are responses? Oh, maybe. What? Maybe we're in a cutscene, and these two lines are choices that will set us on different plot branches. In that case, Ruchi, no, this number 90 must be an NPC? NPC. Mechty, have you ever encountered this when you used your plugin previously? Nope. The plots were all really simple. It's either slaying a dragon to save a princess, or collecting little beasts as pets. Okay, that sounds like that latter part sounds like Pokemon. Why don't we just ask Harpsy, the creator of the plugin? Harpsy, what's going on here? Oh, that's the camera? That's so cute. But the surveillance camera simply flutters around him, giving no response. Strange. The comms line disconnected? Huh? Then let's just randomly pick an answer. Mechty reads the two lines quickly. Let's not beat around the bush and just state our identity. We are guardians who have come to save the city. Wow, that sounded pretty badass. Ruchi comes to life again after receiving a new input. Guardians? Could weaklings like you actually be guardians? Since you're guardians, I have no reason to stop you, though I seriously question your ability to save Ruina Crystallis. How dare you question us? To prevent you from a humiliating death, I have some information to share with you. Invaders will regenerate infinitely in the radiation, and can only be eradicated by using a secret weapon that can cleanse the radiation. The secret weapon is in a research institute in the northwest corner of Ruina Crystallis. I have guided many people there, but none have returned. If you're sure about this, follow this road and head north. There's a border terminal which is the only entrance to this sealed city. And here are some supplies for you. Zone map, outskirts of Ruina Crystallis obtained. MO36 obtained. Main story quests updated. Head to the research institute in Ruina Crystallis. As the mechanical female voice speaks again, the dolls feel a soft vibration in their wrist. Now go, and complete your mission. Stop taking up space here. With that, Ruchi freezes again. Almost at the same time, a frantic voice shrieks from the surveillance camera. Vivi, that wasn't me. I would never call you a fool or a moron. Delete that from your neural logs. I actually find her assessment quite pertinent. Vivi! Don't worry, even I could tell that wasn't you. Get Harpsy on the line. Okay, but promise you'll delete that. Harpsy, here you go. Harpsy's voice now speaks from the camera. Vector, why did the comms line get disconnected just now? It didn't. To enhance gaming immersion, voice input is automatically disabled when entering a cutscene. A cutscene? So that number 90 really is an NPC? Yes. The creative AIs I implanted in the plugin can only write very simple things in the early stages. After a period of time, it will learn and upgrade itself by reading the subject's neurologs. Maybe this is why Mechty had never encountered any NPCs before. Reading the subject's neurologs. That's right, due to a lack of R&D funding, some of the settings as well as the NPC's models and appearances are randomly extracted and recreated from dolls that have taken part in past combat simulations and their neurologs. So that wasn't really Ruchi, but merely a character with Ruchi's appearance data. The personality is based entirely on the plot generated by the AI. A carbon copy in terms of physical appearance, but with a completely different personality? Oh boy, that's pretty interesting. I'm getting really excited about what's going to happen. Does this Ruina Crystallis she mentioned exist in reality? No, the AI just grabs information about collapsed crystals and made up the rest. Perhaps to ease Vector's concern, Harpsy adds cautiously. Don't worry, it's all just for internal use. None of it is uploaded to the network. Our data is totally safe. Understood. Vector nods. I have no more questions. Let's go, Mechty. Now that we have a new map, we should continue to explore. Haha, you seem to even more fired up than me, Vector. See? Gamification does work. Perhaps, but being even more fired up than you isn't something that warrants much praise. Following number 90's instructions, the two dolls entered the border terminal without much hassle. The deserted building appears spacious and empty. A gloom of the unknown lies beyond the turnstile. Wow, it looks almost like a passage that leads to some kind of alternate dimension. Watch your step. What? Mechty dodges aside out of reflex. When she looks back, she realizes it's just a broken limb of an Elid. Huh, now that I take a good look, the whole place is littered with Elid remains. I have a bad feeling about this. Once we go through this passage, we should be in the city. Victor peers at Mechty's health bar. By the way, I've been meaning to ask. What? What's with that grayish-white thing underneath our health bar? It goes down periodically. Oh, that's... All of a sudden, a piercing howl interrupts their conversation. Victor's eyes flash as she darts a glance behind her. Duck, enemy attack. Okay. Yeah, I think this battle here will be the last thing that we do. If there's like a cutscene afterwards, then I think we'll just end it there. We are facing an unknown number of enemy units. Let's keep our distance for now. These footsteps. Ah, it looks like there are quite a few enemies. Let's try to handle them to the best of our abilities. Okay, I'll take this side. Yeah, I like the story, man. I'm always a fan of like whenever a story setting takes place in a video game. I do like that a lot, and yeah, this is very cool. Yeah, I do like it a lot. Anyways, I'll just let this battle play out. It'll be the last thing that we do for this video, and if there's a cutscene, then I'll just end it there. Yeah, I guess as this plays out, I can just give my thoughts so far. Yeah, like I said, I think it's really cool. The setting, very cool. And also, Mechty is very much different here because, you know, it is a video game that she is playing right now. I mean, it would work on me too, man. But at the same time, I can definitely understand, like, you know, the concerns for this. Is that you wouldn't really treat the situation, like the simulation, that seriously. Like I said before with the whole, like, racing thing. Like, the real race car drivers, they would, like, treat the game less seriously. And that would cause them to rage out more and, like, crash into the other racers in the game. But yeah, I think we'll just end it here. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Very interesting. I guess that whole, like, video game thing that was mentioned at the start really just became, like, what it is now. It's like foreshadowing, which I think is cool. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'll just go ahead and end it here. Next time, we'll resume this and we'll see how this whole game plays out. But yeah, that'll be for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good